Hi, I'm meteorologist Doug Myers with your forecast heading into this Thursday. Yesterday, we had highs mostly in the 60s. Today, we'll be close to 70. In fact, upper 60s to mid 70s for much of the area for today with increasing clouds. Winds are going to be a big factor as we round out the work week. In fact, we have a wind advisory beginning at noon today, going until 4 a.m. on Friday, where wind gusts could be approaching 50 miles per hour at times. I would not be surprised if there was a brief 55 mile per hour wind gust. Of course, we do have the risk of storms later tonight into tomorrow morning, so we'll talk about that in just a second. Down to the south, that darker brown color, that is a high wind warning. So no matter where you are for the eastern half of Kansas over the course of today and tomorrow, really, please be very careful about the winds, especially if you're in a high profile vehicle. Of course, not only do we have to contend with the winds, but we also have to monitor the fire danger threat. There is a fire weather watch in effect for areas along and south of I-70, and then a red flag warning in the pink there already. So there's a possibility that this may turn into pink at some point today, maybe even right after I record this. So just keep that in mind. No outdoor burning over these next couple of days, no matter where you are, even if you're north of I-70. Strong winds everywhere. A wind shift for tomorrow behind a front. It is not going to be good fire danger or fire weather, if you will. And if you did do any burning over the last couple of days, just double check. Make sure that it's put out properly. You do not want that reigniting because it is going to be very, very, very difficult to put out over these next couple of days with a strong wind. So just be careful. There is the possibility of rain late tonight into tomorrow morning, and there is also the possibility that we could have some strong to severe storms as well, including tonight. This will be after midnight most likely. Now, the ingredients necessary for severe weather is going to really increase after about 3 a.m. and continue through the early morning hours tomorrow. But it's a conditional risk that storms even exist in the first place, to the point of, are we going to get storms? And if we get storms, they could be severe. I still think there's a possibility this marginal risk may be able to be expanded back to the west a little bit more so for the eastern portions of our viewing area, especially if storms develop, because the ingredients will be there for severe weather if storms are going to be existing in the morning hours through about mid-morning. But the bigger threat is going to be off to the east during the day into the evening. So keep that in mind as you might be traveling eastward for the weekend. You definitely want to make sure that you're keeping your eyes to the sky, eyes to the weather forecast if you're doing any traveling out in that direction. Very, very volatile situation is expected for tomorrow and tomorrow night across the Midwest off to our east. So keep that in mind. For our area today, we'll have increasing clouds. It's going to be warm, it's going to be windy, and it will be dry. Now, there is a chance we could see some spotty showers or thunderstorms through about 3, 4 o'clock to the point where I'm not expecting severe weather. But shortly before sunset or sunrise, a couple hours before sunrise, storms could develop. This model has it around 5 o'clock, and we'll continue to monitor those storms to where they could be severe. Otherwise, you can see how quickly it pushes out to the east. So that is probably the biggest reason why we may not have that margin of risk for tomorrow's outlook expanding to the west, because it will quickly push out of our area fairly quickly into Missouri shortly after sunrise. Now, we will have the possibility that we could get some showers as we head into the afternoon hours of your Friday before pushing out of the area by the evening or dissipating. I don't expect severe weather out of that. Why? Because we won't have the moisture. It'll be fairly humid Friday morning, as the humidity will be increasing throughout the day today into this evening. But once we get that dry line pushing through and dew points significantly dropping by the afternoon, that is not good ingredients necessary for severe weather. Can we get lightning? Absolutely. We can certainly have thunderstorms still for Friday afternoon. If anything does redevelop, that's a conditional threat that anything does develop in the first place. And that includes late tonight into tomorrow morning. But whatever develops, there's not going to be much as far as heavy rain is concerned. At least the heavy rain would be very, very, very isolated. But the general rainfall, we're only talking about a trace to a tenth of an inch across northeast Kansas. We're not talking about much. And then as far as the winds are concerned, we're still talking about wind gusts 40 to 50 miles per hour for tomorrow. And then coming back down to 25, 30 mile per hour gusts for your Saturday. but increasing back to around 35 mile per hour gusts on Sunday. Highs will be cooling down on Saturday, and we will be monitoring the cooler air on Friday. I just wanted to talk more about the storm chance in this video, but make sure to check the newscast throughout the day today, and of course, I'll have an update on the web. I'll try and get an update before the new newscast, so if you miss it, you'll get an update here on the web. Otherwise, we'll definitely talk more about the cold front tomorrow on tomorrow's video forecast throughout the day. So be aware of that we could be dealing with some falling temperatures throughout the day, or at least a wide range in temperatures across northeast Kansas on Friday because of the frontal boundaries in the area. Otherwise, dry this weekend, sunny, cool on Saturday, but close to seasonal, and then much warmer on Sunday. And then next week, I think we're mainly dry. There's a few opportunities for rain here and there according to models, but it's not widespread. It's going to be very light and isolated, so I'll keep an eye on that trend as well. Have a great day, and watch out for the winds.